As temperatures warm up, we're all getting a lot more sun out there, and it's important to be mindful of protecting our skin as well as taking preventative steps to catch skin cancer early. So we're talking to Dr. Ryan Waite, medical oncologist with the Sarah Cannon Melanoma and Skin Cancer Program. So of course, thanks for being here. I know we like to brag that we get 300 days of sunshine a year here in Colorado, but sometimes it's not working in our case. It's kind of working against us.
Yeah, happy to be here. Yeah, and in this state, we do receive a lot of sun exposure, and we have a very high UV index in the state of Colorado, which can put our population and our fellow Coloradans at risk.
Absolutely, and of course with how much we love to be outdoors. Tell us how common is skin cancer and how dangerous can it be?
Sure. Skin cancer is actually very common, one of the most common types of cancer. And skin cancer includes not just melanoma, that's sometimes what we associate with skin cancer, but also cutaneous squamous cell carcinoma and basal cell carcinoma, the latter two being much more common than melanoma. Basal cell and squamous cell carcinoma actually account for most of the skin cancer diagnoses in our state, just by number. Melanoma is less so, but it's also very common in Colorado and in other parts of the country.
Interesting. And who's most affected by skin cancer?
So people who have fair skin or a lighter skin tone tend to be more at risk of developing a skin cancer in their lifetime. And that's mostly due to the fact that darker skin tones or darker complexions are protective from the UV rays of the sun. So those with lighter hair color, lighter eye color, and lighter skin tone may be at higher risk of developing a skin cancer in their lifetime.
Absolutely. And what should people be doing to protect their skin, or what warning signs should they be watching out for?
Yeah, so sun protective measures are very important, and you can apply those to all individuals, whether they have a darker complexion or a lighter complexion. And some of the tenets of sun protection include applying sunscreen 20 minutes before you go out into the sun, applying in anywhere that might be exposed to the sun, and then reapplying every 2 hours, and more frequently if you sweat or get wet. It's important to use an SPF 30 sunscreen, at least SPF 30. Additional sun protection measures would include avoiding UV, the sun during the peak UV times in the day. And in Colorado, that's between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m.
Great, yeah, get the exercise outside early. That's probably the best bet. I know too, we all love to be outside, but also tell us a little bit about tanning, both indoor and outdoor, and kind of the dangers related to that, or what people should know about that.
Yeah, so a lot of people might think that a tan is healthy, or they prefer the look of a tan, but you know that a natural tan requires repetitive sun exposure, and that can sometimes be damaging to the skin and be a risk factor for the development of skin cancer itself. Indoor tanning, or the use of tanning beds, is a risk factor. It's been labeled as a carcinogen, similar to cigarettes and smoke and lung cancer. So we consider indoor tanning to be a risk factor for skin cancer. And we do advise that people find other methods of tanning of their skin, whether that be a spray tan or something else that does not involve exposure to the ultraviolet light of the sun or a tanning bed.
Absolutely. And a question too, does skin cancer affect younger people, older people, or everyone?
So skin cancer can affect people of all ages, including the pediatric population. Although it is rare, those younger than 18 can develop skin cancer. And so, I always advise parents keep a close eye on their children and the skin of their children, infants included. If there's anything unusual, to bring it to the attention of their pediatric physician. That being said, the average age of melanoma diagnosis across the US is actually 65 years old. So it does predominantly affect an older population over a younger population, but anyone can be at risk, and it can affect people of any age.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Waite. We really appreciate all this important information.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Absolutely. And we'll be right back.